Hello and most welcome to the page here on GBC News. I am Theophilus Sampa, and remember, this is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development in the country to tell us what is up their sleeves. Some months back, we flipped the pages and then we landed on flying dicks. When we started talking about it, some people thought, what exactly are we talking about? What really are we doing? What is flying dicks? What is all this? Okay. Now, gradually, they've been crawling, they've been doing their things behind the scenes. Gradually, there has been some good news. And let me use this platform to say a big thank you and let me salute the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Professor Peter Asiedu, and all the big men at the NSA. Mr. Majid, I say thank you very much for everything you've been doing for us, Deputy, and the rest at the NSA. If I continue mentioning the names, I won't stop. Auntie Filipina, thank you very much. You're part of the NSA General Secretary, Papa, the only gold medalist. Yes, you can go with the tennis team and bring gold medal. We know all these things are there we'll talk about. But today, there's something we want to talk about. We want to celebrate the modest achievement of the Flying Dicks Association, because gradually they've received an endorsement. I call it an endorsement because and they will get the bigger one as well. They've now been accepted, and so they are now affiliated and fully recognized by the National Sports Authority. And so this good news is that this association wants to really run very, very fast, just like being on a horse. So they are seen in all the nooks and crannies in this country. It's a sport that is played by everybody. Everybody can play, irrespective of your size. And it's a mixed gender thing. It's not biased. Everybody can play. Ladies can play, men can play, the older generation can play, everybody can play. So far as you can move, you have the ability to do it. And the only discipline that you do without a referee telling you what to do, you are your own referee, just like a golf. So you become more disciplined. This is the discipline we're talking about, the flying dicks and the other stuff they do. Today, we are coming to look at this huge announcement and what really it means to the association, whether it's going to put pressure on them or it's going to open avenues for us to see more. And that before 2023 ends, we'll get a team from Tamale, we'll get a team from the Savannah region, the Volta region, all of them taking part in this discipline. So I've been joined by two able gentlemen, the Vice President and the President himself of the Ghana Flying Dicks Association. So to my immediate left, I have the Vice President, is in the person of Mr. Peter Asiedu. Thank you very much, Mr. Asiedu, for passing through. And then the big man himself, he's a giant as well. I was thinking, why didn't he play table tennis? No, why didn't he play basketball right? Straight? Or he decides to be a goalkeeper, because if he stands in the pool, good. No Kotoko player can score. Good. Even a penalty.
Good. Thank you
but
very much.
Unfortunately for us, he decided to lead Flying Dicks. So I have Desmond, Kwame, Mantey in the house. Gentlemen, most welcome.
Thank you.
And let me say a big congratulations to you guys for this fish choked up. So let me start with the president, and I come to you, VIP, because you back him.
Thank you. Everywhere.
You back him.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Every time.
Mr. President.
Hello.
Where did we get? What did you guys do that? Because so many federations from my checks are still on the waiting list. How come you maneuvered your way, and then tell Ghanaians where it all started from and where you've reached so far?
So first of all, good morning to all your viewers, and thank you very much for the opportunity, the platform to throw light on the development of the Ghana Flying Dicks Association. So it all started with activities from the communities, and that has been our stronghold as of now. We have been very present in the communities that we are operating in. Even as far as in Bolga, we also have guys playing the game over there. So I think this feat actually came about due to the hard work that we've been putting in the promotion of this game. And so far we've been able to have a few teams running, and in Accra, in Kumasi, in Central region, Western region, Volta region, all these regions are actively playing this game. And then going forward, we are looking at how we can enhance and probably expand this particular agenda. Yeah.
So for a first timer watching us, you are holding this disc. Somebody will say it is a wedding plate. You can. So someone will say it looks like the covering of a bowl.
Good.
So walk us through. What is this you holding, and what is your sport all about? Any day you get a platform, you need to sell it. So tell us, what really are these things?
So this is the disc we used to play the flying disc game. This is actually meant for the ultimate frisbee game and this is the one we use for the disc golf game. So there are two variations of the ultimate frisbee game. I mean, disc golf game.
So let's use the flying disc. You put this one after that. You come. So what are you holding? Is there a plate?
And then this is the disc. We call the disc for the frisbee disc for playing the ultimate game.
Okay.
This is actually for the ultimate game, and then like as you see, it's 165 grams. It's not so heavy. It's light, and the objective of the game is for you to pass this disc among your teammates with the objective of making a score. When you grab the disc in your opponent's end zone, you've made a point. So basically, this is the game. This is the disc that we use to play the ultimate frisbee game, and it's not so expensive as if you compare to football. And this is around 150 cedis, and I think a quality football should cost more than 200 cedis. So this is actually the disc we use to play the ultimate frisbee game.
So how do you play it?
So ultimate is a 7-a-side game. It's a non-contact, self-refereed game. In the course of the game, you don't need to touch or you don't need to push anybody. And it's a self-refereed game based on the fact that the players themselves call their own foul. And on that note, everybody has to be honest. And so basically, the game is governed by the spirit of the game, which actually involves 4 rules which touch on communication. You have to be able to communicate in a respectful manner with your players. You also have to be honest. You also have to play for fun. It shouldn't be so competitive to the point that you are trying to kill your opponent. No, you always have to play in the atmosphere of fun. So basically, the ultimate frisbee game is a 7-a-side game. It's a non-contact, self-refereed game, and this is the disc that we use to play the game. So
I throw it how?
Yeah, there's actually a technique of throwing it. Yes, and that is one of the difference. And if I throw it, it's going to be different from the way you throw it because I have the technique.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the 4th of March, there's going to be a coaches and athletes development workshop. And then most of our players as now can throw, but we want to enhance that. So our expatriate coaches will be taking them through the rudiments of how to effectively and perfectly throw this disc and also how to effectively and perfectly catch the disc.
Okay. So where did this sport emanated from? Where did it really start and which countries play it? How big is it on the global stage?
So the game actually originated from the USA. It's an American game. Somewhere in the 1950s it came about. And as I speak to you, the World Flying Disc Federations have about 110 federations registered under its umbrella. So which means about 110 countries are playing this game officially. You know, it's now in Ghana. We just started the agenda to develop and promote it about 3 years ago, and the agenda is still on course. So Ultimate Frisbee game is a very popular game. If you go to the US, it's very popular. If you go to Japan, it's very popular. UK and the rest of Europe is very popular. And then our objective is that if Ghana is able to make it a household name, eventually it should spread throughout West Africa and have other countries also picking it up and also making it accessible to their youth.
Great. Mr. Asiedu, you guys have been behind when it comes to so many things in terms of getting closer to the youth. You guys have been championing the cause. This sport, what really does it do to these young ones we see? You always see excitement when they gather. What really is in this sport that really is catching the youth, both boys and girls? Everybody's excited to play it.
Thank you very much. I think this is the unique part of the game that makes the youth feel accountable. There is this spirit of the game aspect that makes every player feel self-respected. The fact that you don't have an intention to damage or intentionally hit your brother in the course of a play lets you feel self-disciplined. Unlike other games that, excuse me to put it in quotes, coaches will tell players to take this guy out of the game. I don't want to mention the games. I don't want to mention this one. But this is a game that...
So how do I, if we are playing and you are having the disc, how do I get the disc to also play?
Yes, when there is an infraction or there is a foul, there is a mutual consent that this is a foul. So when you call the foul, I must allow you to then start play. Or when I throw the disc and you, in the course of the throw, you are able to intercept the disc by patting it down. It's your turn to play. You just stick the disc down and then you can throw to your partner. So this is how the plays are interchanged.
So if you look at the way the youth have embraced it from the past 3 years when you started? Was it on the table that, oh, as for this sport, easily people will assimilate, people will like it, especially, was it like that, or you've been overwhelmed by the response from people, first timers that watch? What really is the picture? So some of us who are watching you from today will also start looking out, when are we going to see you do a championship, so we also come and see and then get that feeling.
Thank you. This is a game that calls for change in attitude. If any youth watching us want to change attitude for being disciplined, for being respectful, for being self-accountable, this is the game I propose for you. Because as you come into the game and you learn the rules of the game, you come and respect yourself and respect others too. So I believe that the youth are catching up with the game because they need change of attitude. They want to have a game that calls for discipline among us. It's a game that mixed gender can play on the same field at the same time. Because you know you are not going to hurt your sister, you are not going to use your strength to bully someone, you are not going to use your height to bully someone, but it's all fair play, and let's go on.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So now you visited the offices of the Director General. Walk us through what really happened over there.
Good. On that day, we were able to have a very healthy discussion with the Director General of the National Sports Authority, and we want to say a very big thank you to him.
So viewers, on our screens are some pictures of the meeting. Okay.
And we want to say a very big thank you to him for his support for the development of the Ultimate Frisbee game. Well, as the Director General of Sports, he walks us through some of the nitty-gritties on the ground, and looking at grassroots development, which according to him is very key, and which the Ghana Flying Disc Association also believe that is key. If we really want to develop this game, then we should be looking at the grassroots. And that was a very big advice from the Director General, and then we'll be looking forward to doing that. Apart from that, also coaching development. We also talked about coaching development, because if we don't have the coaches, we cannot do the job. So the development of the coaches, the training of our coaches was one of the discussions that we have, and then it was quite fruitful. And then all in all, we were most thankful because with the trust imposed in us, it has given us the mandate to fully go out there with the confidence and promote the game and probably expand the project. As per the regulations, as per the directives given to us from the National Sports Authority, we're supposed to cover about 10 regions, but the Ghana Flying Disc Association is looking at doing all the 16 regions. We don't want to leave anyone out. We want to make sure that this beautiful game is enjoyed by all the youth in the 16 regions of Ghana. And that is what we're looking at in the coming year months.
So there was this certificate that, was it a certificate? Was it a book? What was it?
It was actually a letter indicating that the Ghana Flying Disc Association has been recognized on the probation, is affiliated to the National Sports Authority on the probational now, and it's going to take us about 6 months to get the full recognition from the National Sports Authority. But we are highly confident that in 6 months we're going to get the full recognition, because we are working, and with this mandate it's actually going to give us more confidence and more energy to go out there and keep promoting the games in all the regions that we have in mind. Yes.
Okay. Last time you were here, I was asking of when are we going to see more girls, and to the extent that we'll get girls play. I know it's a mixed gender game, everybody can play. We see girls mixing with the boys, but the boys are more. And I was asking, when are we going to get all girls play, where we get maybe 1 or 2 guys in it, but mostly girls?
Yes.
And you guys said you were in the ground going. How far have you guys gone with the schools project? And then also the other ones you said you are doing, and the girls, I'm particular about the girls.
Let me say very hello to our women's organizer, Madam Vera Na Aile Soa. She's doing so well. As we speak, we have our presence being modeled in Accra Girls, our presence being modeled in St. Mary's. We are looking at Infancy-Man, we are looking at St. Louis, some of the training colleges. The girls are loving the game. The girls are loving the game. And because of the respect and the non-tackling aspect of the game, girls easily mix up with the boys and they play on the same field. What we want to now do is to get a full girls team that can represent single gender on national and international events. We are very hopeful that our next regional games, you are going to see the girls play, which will be very soon. And the coaching on the program on the 4th March, most of the ladies coming on board too are from girls' school, and they are going to impart it on the girls in those schools. As we speak, we don't want to let the girls feel out. And the last time we came here, we let everyone know that the girls are going to be all our support. If this game should grow, the girls will let it grow. And I know that if a girl should take up anything, the passion that is carried out, like they care for babies, the same way that they're going to care for this game. So, Mr. Tio, trust you, the girls are like it. And one thing about this game that the girls like so well is the fact that they don't get hurt by the boys, because the boys don't bully them on the field that they play. At our last game at the social distance, we had about 7 ladies. Yes, it's about 7 ladies playing in the midst of about 15 men, and they all enjoyed it. And I tell you that growing up with girls and the girls coming to join this game, Ghana Flying Days is going to go far, and the girls are going to be part of the development to push it far.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now, you touched on an event coming up, a training course. Who qualifies to be part of the training course? How many people are you looking at to be part of the training course? Which areas are they coming from? And what is inside? Are we paying to come? Tell us everything before we run out from the studio. You know, when the discussions is becoming exciting, the time runs.
Yeah. So this particular coaching course is actually in line with the expansion of that program that we envisage. So we're going to have coaches from all the 7 regions that we represent now, and we're not looking. We're looking at not less than 100, because it's going to be an athlete and coaches development workshop. So basically, it's the 4 or 5 teams that we have in Accra are going to be there. Their coaches are going to be there, and the coaches from the other regions are also going to join us. This particular workshop is going to be facilitated by our expatriate friends, Mr. Troy Duffield from the Social Distance Ultimate Club, and a few of his guys from the American Embassy. And I think we did it last time, and the objective was to enhance the knowledge and the understanding of the coaches and the athletes in the ultimate frisbee game. So that is what we'll be looking at. It's free. Anybody can come, and we also invite the media to come. Well, this is to also inform you that the Ghana Flying Discs Association is also planning a media session. And we're looking forward to having guys like Mr. Tio come around and have a feel of the game and get an in-depth understanding of the game of ultimate and disc sports in general. So that is about the 4th March program. And further to that, we believe that the essence of this program is basically correlated to the development of the overall agenda of the Ghana Flying Discs Association. Whilst we seek to develop in the regions, one thing we realize that if we don't have the right personnel, it's going to be a big problem. Without the coaches, we're going to have a difficult trying to impact on the youth. So for now, our concentration is on the coaches. On the 4th of March, we are looking at having the National Coaches Development Workshop at Nwera Town Park. And in April, we're also looking at having a coaches workshop in North Carolina in the USA. And that is also going to be followed up by another one somewhere in New York in May. And all this agenda is designed to enhance the human resource capacity of the Ghana Flying Discs Association. You know, for the past, our coaching has been from friends who know about the game. But we believe with this mandate and the task ahead, this is the time for us to have expert, knowledgeable guys train our coaches and get them certified. So that is the agenda. The 4th March program is just a prelude to the bigger one that we're going to do in the US, and all of you are invited to the program. Yes.
Okay, so this one is for flying discs.
Yes.
We are checking out from this. So
Good.
if somebody doesn't know the flying discs but knows the disc golf, this is what you use for the
Yes,
disc.
this is what we use for the disc golf. And
It's disc and golf,
Yeah.
just like the way we play golf.
The rules are basically the rules are basically the same. But with the disc golf, the target is for you to land the disc in the basket, and the winner is the one with the least number of tries, just like golf. And Mr. Tio, I can tell you, it's so interesting. The first time,
you see, there are these things that we do. It's part of us, but
Good.
now that it has been modified, it's just like the day we realized that our household fish called Kobe has been transformed.
Tilapia.
And we gave it a name, tilapia, and the value changed. But it has been with us for years. It is called Kobe. But since it came to tilapia, now you get tilapia at 500 Ghana to eat.
Exactly.
Yes. So you get it.
I get
This thing you call the disc golf. we used to have what we call chaskele that we play, that you threw, and then we have this sauce ball we play that we threw, like we are doing it. Now you guys have brought, or they've enhanced it. So from a distance there will be like baskets or holes. So you need to throw.
Exactly so. Perfectly.
It is not the throwing. There are techniques in throwing.
Exactly so. Just as the ultimate frisbee, there's a particular technique for throwing this golf disc, and then if you get the technique right, you realize that the disc flies through the air smoothly to the target. And one thing about this disc golf, there are demarcations. It actually has what we call it tells you the speed, you know, how it's going to curve, you know, the range and all that. So every disc golf disc has its specifications, you know. And for this, I think I have 11, 5, -12, and 2, which means it travels at the speed of 11. You know, the fade is going to be 5, and -5 is the length, is the speed, is the rate at which it's going to dive through the air. So all of them have specifications, and so for the elite athletes, they know when to throw which disc at a particular time. You know, the one you're going to use to start is not the same.
It's different from the one that
exactly
just
so.
like the way we have the clubs for golf.
Exactly so.
We have the one for putting.
Exactly so.
And the rest. Okay.
Good, you're right.
So this is the game, and it is catching up.
Good.
And it's the reason you said pastors should come and play with.
Exactly so.
Also for mames.
Exactly so.
Church elders to come and play. Everybody can play.
You're all welcome to play.
Okay. We are checking out from the studio. Good. But if there is nothing we do in Ghana sports without touching on money.
Good.
Where have you people been getting money from to do these things?
And honestly, resources has basically been from the executives. Me and Mr. Peter and a few of our executives have been.
You have deep pockets.
It's been difficult, but we are trying.
God is in control.
We are trying. And Mr. Peter, I can tell you, resources has been one of our biggest challenge. I believe if you had more, we could have been far. But that notwithstanding, we are doing well to make sure that the spirit is going on. The agenda is still going on. And so with this mandate, we are looking forward to having partnership with corporate or probably any individual who believes in the development of sports for youth development, you know. And this Flying Disc Sports has a whole lot of potential. And for the Ghana Flying Disc Association, as a partner to the World Urban Campaign, we believe this particular sports will go a long way in supporting achievement of the UN SDG. If you look at SDG 3, which has to do with good health, and you look at SDG 5, which has to do with gender equality, the disc sports has lots of potential to support achievement of this particular agenda. So we are also planning, streamlining our activities to ensure that whilst developing and promoting the sports for youth development, we're also targeting achievement of the UN SDG, which is quite a good thing for us.
So on social media, where are you guys that people can follow you for more information, details as to your right? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter?
Yes.
Are you on Instagram?
Yes.
How do we get you?
So GH Ultimate One, you can have us on Facebook, on social media, and on Instagram. GH Ultimate One.
So when you go, is it small letters?
It's big letters.
Okay.
And also with Ghana Flying Disc Association, you can also get us on Facebook,
okay,
Instagram, and also Twitter as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So viewers, please check it. If it's not correct, please whisper to me so that I get them to really do it for me. So guys, I wish you all the best. I am praying that the next time we bring you here, we'll be talking about more of the wins that you guys have done, where the areas you've covered so far and in your game, so that at least when we are even having PE in our various schools, when it's time for inter-schools, at least we will use these sports as a warm-up, get people to get involved, and then those who fear and they like staying indoors and playing games should come out there at least,
and that's
sweat small.
We would like the CESA.
They will be waiting for you to put your house in order.
The armed forces,
everybody,
the army, the police, the national service.
I also want to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to Professor Peter Asiedu
DG,
and also to Dr. Bella
UG,
Director of Sports at the University of Ghana. They've been quite supportive, and we see a very, very big thank you for the support that they've given us over the past couple of years.
Thank you very much. Dr. Bello, I know I have to come, but I know you are preparing for the African Games to your campus who host everything. I salute you. I'll get to the office very, very soon. But on this, we say a big thank you for all the support you give them. Please continue doing it for all the sporting disciplines. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Desmond, for passing by. Thank you, cameraman you don't see on the screens, and the director and everybody. And you yourself for doing the watching. The page returns same time tomorrow. Bye for now. Thank you very much. You guys. Yeah, of course.